What's going on, guys? It's Neroku back with another video, and today I'm going to be going over the greatest achievements in Ark. So first off, we have here taming your first bird and or trike. So trikes and birds, they're pretty much the first things that you really do tame in Ark. Trike, usually you get it for berries, and pterodons, you usually get them to fly around and just travel in general. So birds, they are kind of like my first milestone in Ark, and I know a lot of other beginners and just anyone when you're first starting out on any server. Birds and trikes are usually your first priority, your first real achievement, I guess you could say, because they take a little bit longer at first to get compared to other things that you may be doing. So that is why they're on the list. Next up here, we have building your base, or your first base rather. So your first base is really the one that you put most of your time into, and usually it's not rushed. It's just because you're trying to make it look good. It's your first base. You're trying to make it defendable. Put plants up, whatever. But usually your first base, that's one of your first achievements on Ark. One of your biggest achievements when you're early on in the game. So in this video, I'm gonna start out with the early on stuff, and slowly I'm gonna gradually get up to like the last one, which you'll see what it is. But yeah, so you make your base, you got your little smithy, your little crappy stone hut, but usually this is one of your first big achievements. The next one we have here is raiding your first base. It's not just making your first base, but raiding one. That is another big achievement, at least when starting off. Your first time raiding a base, I know it's usually always memorable. It always feels good to just get those grenades, which are so easy to make, and then just blow into the side of some base that someone put time into. But it's super easy and it's super fun, and it's one of the early on achievements that a lot of players do. They do raid bases, so it's a pretty simple achievement, but at the same time it is kind of complex, just because you have to make the stuff for it, and it's not that simple. I mean, I guess it is pretty simple, raiding a base and just blowing up inside everything inside of it, but the thinking behind it and actually finding the base makes it an achievement. Next up here, we have taming your first Giga. So now here in the video, we're getting a little bit further on in the game level, I guess you could say. So starting off, before we had beginning, and now we're kind of getting towards the mid-game. So taming a Giga, you knock it out right. These Gigas are hard to tame, everyone knows. I've talked about it in so many videos. They're so hard to tame just because of the amount of trank arrows you need, plus the amount of narcotics that you're going to need to kill one of these things, or rather, knock out one of these things, sorry. Once you do knock it out, though, it takes so much narcotics to tame a good level. That's why it's such a big achievement for players in Ark. Here, as you can see, I'm just sitting here. I have, like, God mode on or whatever. I'm just trying to knock this thing out with, like, a level 1, I think it's a 1000% crossbow. These things can tank trank arrows, and their torpor goes down really fast, so that's why it is a huge achievement, just because of how hard they are to knock out, and you really have to trap them, and they take a long time. So this next one here is a little bit different from the rest, not really expected, but finding an underwater cave. So there's all these standard achievements that everyone gets, like taming a Giga, or like killing a wyvern, or raising a wyvern. But I could do those, but those are all simple. Everyone already knows those achievements. So here we have finding an underwater cave. So everyone finds one, but I don't know if everyone thinks of it as an achievement. So the reason why I think of it as an achievement, because these things are hard to find. These things are hard to find even if you do look it up. They still take a while to find, and when you do find it, it's different. It's out of the ordinary, It's not just the same old taming this or killing that or whatever. It's actually going out, it's exploring the map, and you're achieving something, You're going out of your way to finding something different and better. So these caves are awesome. This actually is an underwater bubble. I guess you can classify it as a cave, right? Yeah. But these underwater bubbles, they are perfect. They're awesome, and so next one here, we have getting full Ascendant gear. So getting full Ascendant gear, this is not really like a huge achievement everyone thinks of having. It's just kind of comes when it comes. You are grinding, you know, you get your supply drops. This is a very over-exaggerated supply drop, by the way. You're never gonna find this in a blue supply drop. But anyways, the point is, you go out and you over time get Ascendant gear, and once you do realize that you have full Ascendant gear, it is a pretty big achievement just because of how freaking hard it is to get full Ascendant. But yeah, that's why I put it on, because of how hard it is to actually get. Next up here, we have wiping out a big tribe. So when you wipe out a huge tribe, you know how good it feels down deep inside. So, you know, you put in the work, you grind out, you get all that C4, that rockets, whatever you need, those high-level stegos, and you go about your day, and you find a base. It takes so much effort to find a base, find the right tactics, think of what to do, go in there and wipe out the base. So, wiping out a huge base, it boosts your confidence, it makes you feel good. At the end of the day, it's just amazing. You get a ton of loot. There's so many benefits to wiping out bases, and at the end of the day, it is a huge achievement in Ark. Not really like you don't get an achievement on like the Xbox or PS4 or PC, whatever you're playing on, but like mentally, it's a huge achievement to know that you have the capabilities to go out there and wipe a huge tribe, or even if it's not a huge tribe, it's just a beta tribe or a small tribe. You just know that you have the capability to do that, and when you know that, it really does boost your confidence, boost your ego. It really does, and it's a huge achievement in the game. So I just wanted to point out right here that this is actually not my clip. This is a clip from iCreepy. He's a great YouTuber. He does a ton of PvP videos. That is what's playing in the background. So if you do want to check out his channel, it is down below. Link in the description. So make sure you check him out, guys. So next up here, we have building a base so big that it lags. So when a base lags, you really do know that you've gotten to the point where you put so much time in, just like this base behind me, you've gotten to the point that you have just completely broken or glitched the game. So here, if you look in the bottom left, we have the entrance to the green, or whatever obelisk this is. But anyways, once you do actually get to this obelisk, you can see that there's a ton of defenses there, a ton of stuff slowing it down, slowing down the game. Torrents, plants, spikes, all that crap. All that stuff slows down the game, and it's really a big achievement because you know that you put the time in, you put the work in to actually make the game glitch by how good your base is. Next up here, we have a boss kill. So when you kill a boss, it is a huge achievement in Ark. It gives you an achievement on the game, which, you know, when you get an achievement on the game, which is pretty hard. There's not many achievements in Ark, but once you get to the higher stages of the game, of course, and if you actually do kill a boss, it is huge. It gives you a ton of loot, but it also is a huge mental achievement because you know that you have the capability to wipe out this huge freaking creature that the Ark devs made, super hard to kill. So it does take a lot of resources though, so you know that you had to grind out all that stuff. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a ton of tames to kill these things, and you do get that little pop-up, the Explorer note, whatever it is, on screen. So yeah, that's why it is a huge achievement. And make sure you check out this clip down in the description. It is not mine, by the way. Alright, moving on to the next one here, we have beating the game. So this is obviously the last thing in the game that you have to do. It's beating the game. So this is the final game clip here. Super cool. If you haven't seen it already, I suggest you go and beat the game because it is awesome. If you want to just like cheat or whatever to beat the game on solos, it is so fun. It is so cool to watch. But anyways, you know it's a huge achievement because you beat the game. You freaking put the time in, you put your work in, and you beat the whole game. You went through, you killed all those bosses at the end, you went through the final battle, and you get to finally see the credits, which you know that you have unlocked a huge achievement in any game. That's a huge achievement to beat the game. That is the achievement of the game. That's the purpose of the whole game itself. But anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this video that I put together here today, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are the Savage Gang. But anyways, on a serious note, I am using a pretty crappy mic at the moment. It is my iPhone mic, or actually, it is my iPad mic, because I've been having troubles at home and I can't use my Blue Yeti at the moment. But I'm really sorry about that, guys. But I will see you in my next video. Peace out.